DC the Don bleached and dyed his hair, and somehow his hair is still healthy. How do you do this so you can have dreadlocks just like DC the Don? Well, I'm gonna show you. Let's take it all the way back. Right here, we're able to see his hair type. He has a 4C hair type. Skip forward some time and we've seen that he actually started out with doing freeform. This is what the 4C hair type will do if you just wash the hair and allow it to form naturally. This can also be assisted by doing finger twists, just by literally sitting there and twisting the hair, and then that locks up the hair. This look can also be accomplished by using a dread sponge, and the dread sponge actually works really well, especially if you want your hair to look exactly like this. And I would recommend to use something like this only if you have a 3B hair type and up, nothing less. It's essentially a curl enhancer, so it works with your curls, and when you tighten down those curls to make them tighter, it will eventually lock them up. So that's why it's very popular to use that in order to start locks, because it's very easy. In this photo, we're able to see what kind of haircut he has, and it looks like he has a mohawk. Now, I'm not sure if he still has it like that now. It doesn't look like it, but we'll look and be able to tell if he still has this mohawk. Fast forward to something a little more present. At this point, he had already bleached and dyed his hair half red, so this is just his hair dyed completely black after the red, and we see that he actually has maintained locks now. And sponge rub is actually very easy to recover and turn into traditional locks by just twisting with gel. You just take all those sections that the sponge actually created and then start to maintain them to make them look more traditional. And the hairstyle he has right here is the 2-strand twist, which is extremely popular, not only with the way it looks, but also with how nice it makes your hair lock up. It speeds up the process and makes locking up hair a whole lot easier for you. Now, I believe this is closer to present day, to where he has his hair half red and half black again. Although he bleaches and dyes his hair still relatively looks nice and healthy. And there's two things that come into play with this. Number one is something that actually came with him, and that is that his hair is very dense. Dense hair just means that you have more hair follicles per square inch. For example, if you had 100 hair follicles per square inch, I would say more density would be like 200 hair follicles per square inch. I'm sure it's more than that, but that's just the example. Number two is that he doesn't maintain his locks all the way down to the roots. So with that being said, when he bleaches and dyes the hair, that bleach and dye isn't touching his scalp. It's just laying on the top of that hair with it being so dense. And it's cool to see how he started out with freeform and how well maintained his locks look now, with them being extremely blunted off. They all look like they're the same size, which is surprising coming from using the sponge. But I feel that the reason his hair looks so nice is because he allows that new growth to stay there. He doesn't maintain it all the way down to the root. At least not all the time. Like even with these 2-strand twists, you don't see his scalp, which I mean, they could have done the 2-strand twist all the way down to the scalp, but it's not obvious here. So there's a lot going on that makes his hair actually pretty healthy. Like even here, we see his hair is completely bleached and dyed red, but with all that new growth, it's protecting his scalp from getting any damage from the bleach or the dye. One thing that DC the Don does is he trims his locks, which I mean, I explained this in another video and many others, that this is just very popular. People like to keep their hair at one length, and actually it's really nice. And that's one thing I actually plan on doing myself in the future. I'm just not sure how long I want to keep my hair. Maybe you guys can help me down in the comment section. But with this hair density being so thick, and with him leaving new growth in, doesn't allow that bleach and dye to penetrate all the way to his scalp, meaning that his scalp can be a little bit healthier than a lot of other people that have bleached and dyed their hair. And this is a very popular look, and if you want to get a look just like DC the Don, just allow your roots to grow out so that your hair can kind of get a little afro under the locks. It seems counterintuitive, but this is for those that want that freeform kind of look even though their hair is maintained. But if you want to see how this guy went from waves to dreadlocks in a short amount of time, make sure to stay tuned for my next video. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Are you tired of using mediocre dreadlock products that leave your hair feeling dry and lifeless? Try Greatlocs.com dreadlock products, specially formulated to nourish and maintain your locks, leaving them looking and feeling healthy and strong. From shampoo and oil to locking gel and crochet hooks, Greatlocs.com has everything you need to take care of your dreadlocks. Give your dreadlocks the care they deserve. Try Greatlocs.com dreadlock products today.